If it works, you'll see this video. If it doesn't, you won't. Okay, today in preparation for stripes I'll be adding, I want to make sure that the hood is aligned, because you don't want to align the stripes perfectly on the hood and then your hood's just a little off. So this is pretty common on a Mustang, that your hood may not align. If you look at this side, on my driver's side, it's tied up pretty tight. And then over here, it's you know, about a 1/4 inch gap all the way. So it's pretty common. What I'm going to try to do is fix that alignment by simply just loosening the screws that, or the nuts that hold the hood on the hinges. Loosen them enough that I can lay it down slowly and push it around till it's right, lift it up and tighten it. So that's the idea. That's what we're going to try to do. So if it works, you'll see this video. If it doesn't, you won't. Alright, I'm going to go open the hood. Hopefully this works. I've been thinking about it a while. And there's a few things we can do if it doesn't work. Okay. Alright, so I've got the hood struts. I'm just going to loosen these guys. My fear is that it moves too much as you loosen it and put it down and then lift it up, like moving around. That still felt kind of tight. Let's loosen. I need to be able to move it around once I get it. You know, I had a 16 and I just can't remember if I did this or not, or had to. This car's got really good panels all the way around. Like, I had problems with my rear. Alright, so I've loosened it. I'm going to slowly shut it. Make sure there's no... Oh, see, that's what I worry about. Things kind of move. See, it actually moved. Towards the back. Not good. Not good. Okay. So it slid backwards. See, that's what you got to be careful with. This might be a two-person job after all. So I'm going to pull it forward as I shut it. See if I can keep that gap. See, it wants to pull down. This turned out trickier than I thought. So I need to just tighten that up a little more. Make sure it's pushed forward. Don't want to scratch that surface, so I'm going to tighten this up more. just enough to see if I can hold it. Okay. So I've managed to spread that gap a little over here. Let's see how we look over here. Tricky. I'm actually going to shut it. I think this is a two-man job after all. No problems there. I wonder how they do this officially. It might be because I have the struts on. That might be what's giving me the most grief. They're easy enough to take off. All right, so I'm going to try to explain what's happening. Like usual, nothing's ever as easy as you think it's going to be. I really did think I would just loosen these two hinge latches or bolts on both sides, lay it down and bump it around and then tighten them up, probably go back and forth a few times tightening them up. But here's what's happening. As I close the hood, the pressure on the redline strut pushes the hood back. So it's trying to push this part back onto this part, and I want to be very careful not to damage the paint there. So what I've done, because obviously when I installed the redline struts, I took my prop rod off and it's up in a box. So I've just got a little stick in here to hold it. What I'm going to do is take these struts off. I'm going to tighten up this, or leave this one where the redline strut mounts to, this bracket. I'm going to leave that guy loose, the back a little tighter. I'm going to lay it down, but hopefully loose enough I can bump it around. I'm going to pull it and lay it down. Hopefully it doesn't push it to the back like it's been trying to. Get things right, tighten up the back nuts to hold the hood in place, and then tighten up these. So, and then attach the strut again. So I believe there's enough play in everything to do that. One thing I noticed too is this guy, the hood pin, or whatever you call this, adjuster, it's basically a mount, a bumper. This one's high and that one's low, and I don't know if that they did that intentionally or not. So we're gonna just kind of look things over. So right now I'm going to take those struts off. If I recall, they're pretty easy. you just pull this little sleeve out. This may not show very well. There is a let me get so right here on the back side there's this guy. Oh, come on now, I don't want to scratch up the hood, so let's be a little more careful. It was easier when I did it last time. Is that my smallest guy? Let's try one of these. I don't remember why I got these, but they've sure come in handy on a lot of things. Okay, so I just slide that up in there, pull that back if I can. And you don't pull it all the way off, but just get it loose like that, and you should be able to take that off there. So I'm just going to lay that here. Same goes for this side. That's aluminum. Whoops. Take that guy off. These struts are shockingly strong, by the way, the amount of pressure they put on things. So I want the fronts relatively loose because they're going to be what I adjust last. Now what I'm hoping now is that when I pull this hood down, I'll be able to keep it forward. Okay. Hopefully there's enough clearance here. That's going to be a problem. Alright, I need to take them completely off. I'm going to take them completely off. This was supposed to be a 2-minute job. That's what I'm trying to show in my videos, is nothing is ever as easy as you think. Definitely don't want to lose that. Okay, now the hood will fall, obviously, so gotta be careful with how we do things. I pulled it forward so it won't. Okay, so now I can already tell I'm gonna be able to do what I want. See how I can move things around? In fact, so what's probably happening now is that it's too loose. So I'm going to have to lift it, give it a little more tightening. Okay, so that looks really nice. I think perfection is not going to be achieved, but I want it to be better. So what I'm going to do now is tighten up those. It's going to move when I lift it, of course, but right now it's moving too easily, so I got to tighten it up a little more. Yes, this would be easier with 2 people. I just don't have that luxury right now. A little tighter. Okay, this thing's being annoying. Okay, so now, okay, it's a little tighter, but I can still move it around. Let me fix this really quick so I can keep that from doing what it's doing. Okay, this side's still too loose, I think. See, you can tell when I get this to where it looks right. It's getting pretty good. I'm trying to get the same distance on both sides. However, I still need to tighten up. A little more. So it's a lot of back and forth, but it'll be worth it to have a straight hood, I think. See, you don't want to align the stripe. Okay, a little tighter. You don't want to align the stripe to a crooked hood. Okay. Okay, this guy's still moving a lot. I'm gonna actually shut it to see what it's. Great. Okay. Still sliding around too easily, and it's not closing properly. I wonder if that hood pin moves it. Maybe a little of that going on, where that latch in here pulls it over. Sure is seeming like that. So what we might find I have to do is, I mean, I've already improved it, but it's still not as, well, that's pretty damn close. Kicks and giggles here. Let's see if I can do this. Scratch it. 1, 2. So I'm close, getting to where the eye. I'm changing a little at the top. 1, 2. One, 4. Okay. I think what's going to have to happen now is I pop the hood. This side's still moving around too easily. Tricky project. So my advice is do this with someone. Save you a lot of time with all the back and forth. I'm going just a little tighter. That one was pretty tight already. Okay, it seems to me I should be still able to move it around. It actually didn't move much when I lifted it that time. Oh, that's looking pretty good. Shoot. Still feels like it needs to go. That's getting better. Still a little that way. You know, that does pull. I think we're having an issue where the hinge is pulling it. I thought about putting something in there, but prying against the paint doesn't seem like a good idea, does it? Okay, directly over fender. Let's go here. 11. 9. Still too close here. Yeah, see, getting that seam right. Boy, tricky project. I'll get it though, I'll get it. It is better, but you can see right here, it needs to go. I think I'm gonna have to look at that hinge and see if there's adjustment in that hinge. Okay, so this latch here looks like I have some adjustability, maybe. It's a little guy, like an 8. Let's try a 9. It's probably a 10. Now I'm just going to loosen this a little bit. I don't know if that spring is putting some pushing tension the wrong way. I need a longer one. Not tight. I bet you this is what's going to get me there. Okay, slow. As you set it down, you need to make sure it's not going to bind up on any paint. Okay, that seemed to stay. Well, see how it wants to get tight here? I'm hoping now that I can push it around with those hinges being loose. I might be too tight on the back. Oh, shit. Not good, Kelly. It's like watching a clown show. Shit. I'm not sure. Loosening that, maybe I need to go a little further. That's pretty loose. It just might be. Might not have much adjustability in it. See, I've made a big gap now. Okay, things are moving a little more. Once it's clasped, it just doesn't move very much. Okay, looks like I need to go. I think I'm just going to be getting as close as I possibly can. See, I don't know if I've improved it. Boy, I'm going to have to wipe oily fingers off the car. See, that looks pretty good. I'm going to attempt to lift it very carefully and not have it move. And tighten up the back. Let's see how this goes. God, my pants are falling off. This probably ain't gonna work with it open. Eight. Actually looks pretty good right there. Now watch. When I close it, I think it's adjusting it. Closing it is moving it. Yes. Wow, this is nauseating. It will not move much when closed. Okay, I was able to move it a little. you guys think I need to do here? Let's take a look at that hinge. See if there's anything else I can do. It looks like it has like an index screw. Do you think this might be causing me grief? I'm going to spin that guy down. Eyeball him about the same. I thought this would be an easy thing to do. There's so many things that could be wrong, right? Variations in this panel. See right there, other than the end, it looks pretty good. Oh, I can move it a lot now. Okay. I don't want to move it that much. Do I? No. Okay, now let's clasp it down. I'll be damned, it's that hinge. It just pulls it right there. See, once it's latched, it's tight. So when it closes, it goes toot. Even though I've loosened those up, they're not moving. Like, this thing does not move side to side. Ow. Yikes. That hurt. Ow. See, it does not move, even though I've loosened it. there's just not any play in that bracket. Or is there? None. No play whatsoever. Alrighty. Well, I don't want to leave those guys loose. You guys might not see this video because it didn't work. So now I've just got to split the difference and find the best I can do. What about that? Is this what's causing me grief? Okay, so it pulls down too tight that way. If I move that this way, it should do the opposite. Am I being crazy there? Is there any play in this? Let's see if there's any play in it. No, it's not moving either. All right, let's see. Alright, everything looks like it's gonna go that way. See, it looks good right there. Hey, wait, did I just do it? I'll be damned. Look at that. Well, I can't do what I just did there. I gotta split the difference. Hey, that's almost looking right. Never give up. It's shut. Hey, I might be onto something. So some guy who drives an Audi or a bowel movement is going, I don't have that problem on my car. Well, the thing is if you had this drivetrain, you know, a real racing transmission like this, and you also had the interior and tolerances of an Audi, what do you guys think this car would cost? Be a hell of a sight more than 90. It'd probably be 120. So you're getting this awesome drivetrain and Mustang build quality on the exterior. Still a little tighter over here. I just want to get it to an acceptable for the stripe. Okay, so now I'm going to lift it and tighten the back. Hopefully it'll stay. This is probably the spot where it'd be ideal to have someone help you. So you could just lift it up only as high as you need to tighten the back. Fingers crossed. Oh, this damn thing. I'm gonna have to call that going from a C minus to a B plus. I'm not going to give it an A because it's not quite where I want, but it's also not so bad that the stripe's going to look funny. Just as a sanity check, I've been measuring. Let's see what I end up with. Let's see, let's go right over the wheel. 13. It's definitely like 8 or 9 over here. It's tighter still. 10. That's better than it was. So 2 mm or 200ths. Sorry, 2/10. Hell, I don't know what I'm talking about. Visually, I'm going to call that better. Okay, so now I need to align the brackets for the red line, tighten those guys up, tighten the hood bracket. What I mean by tightening the bracket for the red line, see how this guy wants to move around? The other side has this side has a way to index, so it stays where it's supposed to. The other side has nothing that's indexed in. See how this guy moves around? I wish it had a hole or something. It's hard to know. Gonna close it one more time just to make sure stuff didn't move. I have to say that's better. It's definitely better. Yep. Let's call that a win. So now, okay, I still need this. I gotta lift that back up, tighten up the, whatever you call that, the hinge metal latch thing. Nothing's been terribly tight. Now put these on, and I wanted to have the red line to the outside, so I'm going to do it a little differently this time. These just push on like so. You have to kind of lift, and then you got to put that pin back in. Hang on. Seems to be messed up. Okay. Okay, that's on. Whoops. Oh shit, I accidentally pushed that down too far. Oh, good Lord. Okay. Here we go. Still tighter over here than I want, but it is better. All right, there we go. So that was a pain in the ass. Anyway, so what's coming next is I'm going to put the stripes on. I'm also going to put a Bamaro Films number on, because I'm primarily going to track this guy only, you know, cars and coffee once in a while, stuff like that, pick up pizza. It's I'm gonna leave the numbers on it, and I switched to number 50 instead of 98 because everybody's using 98. So anyways, all right, that was definitely a lot harder than I thought it would be. I've got to fish out a tool that I dropped in there. Anyways, if I've got a lot more coming. Springs, I'm removing the strut tower so I can enable the Ford Performance camber plates that come with it. If you're interested in that, if you have a 19 or 20 or newer, and your camber plates came installed from the factory, guess what? They made it so you can't use them because they put a set screw in them. So you have to drop the strut tower to take a stupid set screw out. Anyways, if you're interested in that, if you have a 20, you can learn through my trying to figure it out. And you know, my hope is that you guys watch my videos and are able to do things easier than I do, because you've seen the hassle I've gone through. So anyways, please like and subscribe. I need more. Thanks.